You can sit. I'll let you know. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, may you rise to welcome the President. Okay, you may be seated, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. President, we would like to welcome you together with the Minister and the Deputy Minister and our CEO and our distinguished guests. As we are approaching the end of our program, I would like to thank you for your being with us up to this far. And I would like to, without any waste of time, given the time constraints that we're faced with, like to invite our Minister of Science and Technology and Innovation, Professor Blaine Zimande, to deliver his remarks.
Thank you very much, Program Director. Honorable President, Your Excellency, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, the Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee, Ms. Shiviti, our Deputy Minister, Ms. Gina, Acting DG, the CEO of the CSIR, Dr. Dlamini, and your senior executive. Good evening. I'm going to be very brief because we've run way over time. And let me start, President, by expressing my appreciation in particular as the minister responsible for this, amongst others, for the time that we have spent here. There must be very few instances where you spend such a long time in one institution. As you know, President, in terms of your own assignment to us, the core mandate of our ministry and the department is to promote and support South Africa's national development agenda, as expressed in the National Development Plan and the strategic priorities of the 7th administration. We play this role through the National System of Innovation, whose central task is to develop and optimally direct the tools of science, technology, and innovation in order to achieve our transformation objectives. President, since the start of the 7th administration, we've come up with a new mantra for this department, that our critical task is to place or put science, technology, and innovation at the center of government, education, industry, and society. Related to that, President, we've now been also saying, since the sixth administration, we have added innovation as a critical challenge and task of this department. We are no longer just a traditional research, science and technology department, but there must be a link. And the CSIR is one of those entities that are very central in realizing the I in the DSTI, the innovation. As I have said before, President, you know this, I don't need to tell you this, that without investment in science and in our science institutions, we are not going to make the kind of progress that we need to make. The capacity in this institution is enormous. That is why also I was pointing all the time when they say DSTI is funding, DSTI is funding. I don't want to abuse this platform, President, but just to say, with only 9 billion rands, by the way, as our total budget, with only 9. But we try and take this little money and put it here and there. Of course, we are not sitting back, because one of the things I've said to the CSIR, and they have realized that with their company, is to say let's form partnerships, because partnerships are very critical. One of the tasks I've assigned the Deputy Minister is a relationship with the industry and our department across the board, because that is very important. Now, the CEO has said the CSIR is a huge national asset. I'm very pleased, President, that today we have actually experienced firsthand the capacity of this institution. Let me just say this one thing, by the way. The immediate past Minister of Science and Technology from China, when he was attending, was it the BRICS meeting? BRICS Ministers of Science, which I was convening. He arrived early in South Africa before that meeting and said, I'm arriving early because I want to go to the CSIR. That's all he was interested in. Then I began to say, well, I'm sure the Chinese, there is something that they are actually seeing in the CSIR. We are indeed working very closely with the Chinese on a number of things. What I hope, therefore, President, is that we can focus during this seventh administration to really build robust technological base, to deepen and expand the industrial and social footprint of the CSIR. I believe we are well on our way on this central task, and your visit here is a huge boost to what we want to achieve in realizing our mantra, because you have assisted us in giving the kind of priority that an institution like the CSIR needs. And I've also promised, President, as you had said, following your visit, I'll come with a CAB memo that will focus for now just on the CSIR and its capabilities and what it's able to do, so that we can proudly say, with this we can secure our own national sovereignty, which is so critical now in the light of geopolitics at this point in time, and in the light of what is happening in the United States. Sovereignty now is really the main thing that we need to achieve as a country. And with the CSIR, there is a lot that we can do. I just thought I must say those words, President. Ngibonge kakhulu. Thank you very much to you for having come here. I am now, who knows Gasongo? The war dog, you know, I now feel like Gasongo, that after this president, I'm going to be running at 160 kilometers per hour. to make sure that we advance science technology at the center of our economic development. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Minister Nzimande. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for has finally arrived. And it's my honor and a privilege to now invite our Honorable President, President of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, to come and deliver his presidential address. Over to you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Let's be seated, please. Thank you. Thank you, Program Director, Minister and Deputy Minister, and indeed the CEO of this wonderful facility. It was the Minister who came up with the idea once again that I should come here, but not only to come and see one aspect of the work that is done here, but to come and be presented with what you all have showcased today. So, Minister, I'd like to thank you. And for me, it is a real pleasure to be here, particularly in the 80th year of the CSIR's establishment, which is 80 years of innovation, advancement, as well as progress. Now, over many decades, the CSIR has been known to be a center, a council of developing groundbreaking technologies, as well as solutions. Now, I've had the privilege in the past of seeing your capability, but I'd like to say today you really blew my mind in more ways than one. And I'd like to applaud you for what you do here. It's truly excellent. And it's also obviously very tempting to go over every thing that you showcased, because they are all absolutely excellent. And one would also be tempted to say that we're ending up here in this wind tunnel, which excites me a great deal. But believe you me, everything that I saw today just got me so excited. And at one of them I said, why don't I work here? And if I had my way, I would. And I guess if I had my way and the education and the knowledge, I would give it all up and come and work here with you. So this is a real wonderful place. This place is far better than being at the Union Buildings, I can tell you. And it's wonderful that we have such a real treasure in our country. And with the advent of democracy in 1994, the CSIR truly embarked on an incredible journey and a trajectory of aligning itself with the values of our Constitution. And from what I heard from you, Dr. Dlamini, this morning, I could hear that the CSIR is a true treasure for our nation. And even as you were just articulating what the CSIR does, I knew then, before I even had a chance to see all the presentations, that we make a really big error in government not to rely on the CSIR. at a moment of great crisis and danger. It was Minister who said, Minister Nzimande said, Mr. President, let's go to the CSIR. And indeed, we came rushing because you had already developed certain capabilities in a number of ways to help us deal with the crisis not only our country was facing, but the world. So we came in a rush, and you distinguished yourself as a truly capable facility and center. And today, you have displayed to me, you want to give me water? Thank you. You have displayed to me and us precisely what your true capabilities are in many, many ways. I mean, they range from the use of cannabis, dacha, right through to having the capability to develop missiles and aeroplanes and cybersecurity systems and all what I saw today here. As I listened to Dr. Dlamini, I immediately knew that in government we don't use you enough. I immediately told him that we're not using the CSIR enough. You are a government-owned facility or entity, and you do a great deal of work for others in other lands or in other countries. And when we have used you, you have demonstrated that you are more than capable. And to have a facility like this, where we are now, as the only facility in the Southern Hemisphere, which, as you say, Minister Nzimande, some people come from other countries and all they are interested in is to come to the CSIR. And we don't use you enough to find solutions in a number of endeavors that we need to find solutions for what we do in government. I'm rather glad, though, that you do work with the private sector and a number of our companies, and you also do work with the small, medium enterprises in our country. And it's pleasing to know that you possibly are the only facility like this on the whole African continent, which means that you can have continental reach. And indeed, some of the work that you do, for instance, on our oceans, is beginning to spread to a number of countries beyond our 3,200-kilometer ocean surrounds, and you're beginning to help other countries beyond. And this is pleasing. And this is something that I said to Minister, is not much known. And it is to this end that I said, and I'm happy that the DG of our government is here, and she's also moonlights as the cabinet secretary. I said that we're going to have a special cabinet session where we will have you come, CEO, and with whoever you want to come with, to come and outline and display precisely what you do. So already you have earned an appointment with the cabinet of the Republic of South Africa. I do honestly want, Minister, this to be one of the very first that will come and showcase. I have been saying in government circles that I'd like us in our cabinet architecture to start including displays or presentations, not only of cabinet memos where we need to be taking decisions, but where we also need to listen to what a number of our people do. And I can't think of a clever, I almost called you a bunch, but I can't think of a group of clever people like yourselves who can come and tell us what you do. And also give us insights of how we can use you. Because today I've been exposed to many of you and all of you, and I kept asking. And I am inquisitive and I probe. I kept asking, what is your craft? What is your qualification? Where did you qualify? And all of you were able to interface with us. You were able to really blow our minds about your knowledge base, the depth of your experience, and your expertise. And this is what I applaud. We've got engineers here, we've got geneticists, we've got a whole range of you here who are working in this center and who are prepared to serve the government and the people of South Africa. I particularly liked your presentation, Dr. Dlamini, when you said you want to increase the capability of the state. And I can't think of a better way of state capability enabling an increase other than through science, technology, and innovation in the way that you are able to do for us. And I would say, I keep saying to my colleagues, I have kind of declared war on outsourcing. I try in everything that one is able to do in government to say, let us limit outsourcing what we need to do ourselves in government. Let us increase our own capability. Let us find people and ways and innovative ways as well as technologies that can be inherently homegrown in South Africa by our own people who can do the work. Now, you have proven to me today that you are those people, and you are the people that we can rely on to find solutions in a variety of challenges, in a variety of things that we need to do. So I rise here and I stand here to say, Dr. Dlamini, be careful what you ask for, because as they say in the classics, you may get it, and you are now going to get it, because I'm going to make sure that we utilize the CSIR to the fullest capacity and capability. We often say we must go and what do you call it, DG tender and all that. There is no better tenderer than the CSIR in my books. So I want you to tender. I mean, why would I leave you here and go and ask someone else in the UK, in the US, or wherever, to come and do work that you're fully capable of doing? What I have come to learn today is that you are so well skilled, and your skill, experience, and knowledge covers many areas of many things that we do in government, be it in agriculture, be it in cybersecurity, as I said, be it in all the things that you displayed to us today, in health, and also in identification of persons, and helping us in a number of areas. So I have also, and also on transport safety, there's a young lady who said that they are going to reduce accidents in the country as well. Who would ever have thought that the CSIR would be able to dabble in an area like that, which continues to be a major problem to our country? So today, I'm really pleased to have been briefed on what you do and what you have demonstrated as your capability. I'm hugely impressed about how you are also committed to enabling government to meet and address its various priorities, which is increasing the capability of the state and also beginning to address issues such as helping with the industrialization of our country. We are one of those countries that, with the advent of our democracy, we deindustrialized. The manufacturing base in our country started receding, and it is this that we now need to build back. And you being a center for science and industrial research, and who are so adept in a number of areas, you can help us to address the challenges we face in relation to job creation, reducing poverty, and also ensuring that there is inclusive growth. In many of the things that you put forward to us, you continued to underpin what you were putting forward with the need to increase the capability of the state and also to help us address our various challenges. The intellectual property that resides here is quite impressive. As I heard you say that you even register so many patents, and that in many ways is what I also found impressive. You are a center of science and innovation, and this you were able to prove to me in more ways than one. So I see the CSIR as a success story for South Africa. It's a South African success story. And you must stand proud in knowing that you are at the top of what science and innovation and research is all about and contributes to our country. And I applaud you for being that type of center. And thank you very much indeed for living up to taking our country to that level. You are our high-level scientists, innovators, and researchers. And so therefore we are critically proud of you, enormously proud of you rather. And the capacity that you have as the CSIR here is absolutely critical in building state capacity, but also in increasing our research and development advancement. We are not spending enough money on research and development as a country. Countries such as China are excelling today because they spend well above 5% of their GDP on science, on research and development. And there are quite a number of companies in China that I hear are spending up to 10% of their turnover on research and development. And if there is a facility or a center that can help us advance more when it comes to research and development, it is the CSIR. And money, yes, Minister Nzimande, that we can spend in science or in research and development, even as we channel it through Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, is money well spent, because as I applaud your department, I can already see the results of what you do. You decry the fact that we are only given 9 billion, but I can see what that 9 billion rand is doing. So thank you for using the government's money really properly, because we can see the work that is being done here. So we want the CSIR to continue producing the work that it does, but I'd like you to do much more than what you are doing. And it now behoves on us as government to utilize you to full effect. The reason I want a presentation to the cabinet is to enable our various departments to have an insight of your capabilities, so that as they do their work, as they put together their own plans of action, And as they begin to embark on a number of interventions, their first port of call should be the CSIR, rather than to run off to some entity way outside government, which will cost us a lot of money. One of the displays that we were shown about cybersecurity was the gadget that was developed here, which costs so much less than what you would get if you were to obtain it in the private sector or through other companies. That just goes to show that you can produce work, you can get things done cost effectively because you are state-owned and because you are committed to advancing the capabilities of the state. So we make a mistake by not utilizing you effectively. But I want to see that changing from today so that we use you to good effect and stretch your intellectual capabilities and your own limits. So not that you are not working hard, but I want you to work harder than what you are now. So be careful what you have asked for. You're now going to get it. You're going to be expected to work a lot more harder than what you are. But I applaud you and want to thank you for your continued service as people who are so well versed in what you do, as intellectuals, as professionals, as well-trained people who could go and work anywhere in industry, anywhere in the world, that you remain committed to a government entity like this one. So I thank you and I wish you the very best as we continue working together. And underline as we continue working together, because I'd like to come back here and see the newer innovations that you are working on and the various responses that you will have to the work or to the commissions that we are going to give you. I'm now convinced that we should be able to work together. I'm rather pleased that the presidency has already become so well engaged in working with the CSIR on the national digitization process. And I'm glad that people in the presidency already come here and you are interfacing with them. So I want to stretch it to many more departments. And I want to see our ministers, Minister Zimande, coming here, interfacing with our scientists, interfacing with our engineers, and interfacing with all the people who work here so that we can advance the interests of the country. So thank you very much. I feel hugely humbled. And as I said, when I grow up, I want to come and work here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. President, for those words of encouragement and appreciation to the CSR and the work that we do here. On our side, we're very grateful that you could find time to be with us today. Let me now hand over to our Deputy Minister, Gina, who's going to be giving us a vote of thanks. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Let me greet our Honorable President. Greetings to you, Minister. Greetings to you, CEO, the man of the match today. Let me greet our Honorable Chairperson of the Portfolio Committee. If we don't greet her, President will be in trouble when we go to Parliament. Greetings to our DG. Let me just observe the protocol so that we save time. President, standing here on behalf of the ministry, on behalf of the CSIR, on behalf of everyone, when we talk science in our country, when we talk the public science system, I'm here to express how happy, how appreciative, how excited we are for you coming here today. You know, seated here, President, looking at your audience here, I think it's one of those few days that I can see the smiles that I'm seeing today, because everyone is excited. Everyone is, you gave us that confidence as to say what is being done, especially here. It's right for the country, and I think from today onwards, really, your visit is going to add even more energy to what has been done here. From what our minister has just said, when he said, as the department, we are placing science, technology, and innovation at the center of government, education, industry, and society. And President, you have re-emphasized on that from what we have seen today. So we are really committed as this department and all our entities to do that. You talked to the issue of bringing solutions that our society, our country is faced with. That is the commitment that we are saying we are committed, President. You were addressing this morning, and we heard you in the address that we are having just today, before you came here. There was a challenge that we were talking about on digitalization. How can we digitize so that the department we're in can work even smarter and quicker? As we're addressing, I just said to myself, exactly, the President is coming to us and he's talking directly to what he's going to find in our department, and those are the solutions that we are saying we can bring to the nation. So thank you very much, President. The innovation and the building of new technologies, technological prototypes are the cornerstone of the modern economy. CSIR is one of the locomotive engines for the economy of the future, and you have seen that for yourself. So really, your visit, President, will help us to remind our industries about the vitality of this great government agency that is CSIR for their own industrial leapfrogging. And we hope so much, as we are saying, they will be getting lots and lots of people that will be coming here to make use of the facilities that we have. So, President, we also wish to thank various components of DSTI, CSIR, and the Presidency for the good work that they've done. I know there were a lot of meetings when they were preparing for your visit, and it was a hard work for quite a lot of months to ensure that your visit is possible. Finally, President, when you come to the Department of Science, Technology, and Innovation and our entities, we always stick to our African culture, as to say, umuntu ofikile ekhaya, President, akaphumi engaphuzanga engaphethe lutho okubonisayo ukuthi ubevakashile ekhaya, sihloniphe. I would really love right now, President, to present to you isipho nje esincane esiyothi muhleli ePresidency, and remembering your visit and your comments and the commitments, President, that you have made. Ihlale kukhumbuza ukuthi you were there, and it's just a token of appreciation, President, of which I would love to present to you. Thank you very much, President. And I was told that my minister, can you also stand up? I need to present to you. I know you've also been running around. Hey, President, we can write, all of us, we can write a book as to say how our minister was preparing for your visit. And really we are all excited, and we can see our minister smiling that indeed it happened and the fruits that we are bearing today. So, Minister, there is also a token of appreciation for the hard and the beautiful work that you do for them. Thank you very much. Lastly, can I call upon our chairperson of the Portfolio Committee? Chair, it's good that you come closer so that you understand really what is it that is done in the department. We really appreciate the time that you have spent with us today. We also have a token of appreciation that you were with us for the whole day. Thank you very much. So thank you very much, President, again for the visit. Thank you, Program Director.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My present, Mr. President, is my request in the morning to sort out that other gentleman who calls himself Dr. Malulu. I'll appreciate that. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of our formal proceedings this evening. And so I would like to thank you for your participation and your contributions today. And I would like to request that you stand up as we allow our President to take leave. Thank you. Thank you.